A grasshopper invasion in the valley. Many of you have asked what is going on. Action News Now reporter Chloe Curtis went to check it out for herself and explains what is behind this influx of insects.
If you feel like you've noticed a few more insects around town but didn't want to jump to conclusions, well, you're right. In Chico, you can find grasshoppers on the ground, on plants, just about everywhere.
First we saw them just on the bike path, and then they came over till they're just totally everywhere.
Homeowners say they started noticing the influx of insects just recently in North Chico. Neighbors say it started along the bike path, but the grasshoppers gradually started taking over.
And I saw them 3 weeks ago. I saw these little tiny grasshoppers on the back side of the preserve, and they were just everywhere. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
While grasshoppers don't pose any health risks to you, plants like this, not quite as lucky. You can see where some of the grasshoppers have been feasting on this plant, and neighbors say much of the area is looking like this now.
Fortunately, there's not a lot of decorative vegetation that's been planted there yet, but maybe that's why they're going for it. It's all new.
Some people say they're spraying pesticides on their flowers and gardens to try and get ahead of the grasshoppers. Butte County Ag Commissioner Louis Mendoza says their Chico office has received several calls over the past few weeks about the grasshoppers. He says as the rangeland dries out, the grasshoppers are migrating here to the foothills and the valley.
They go through a life cycle. I think they'll molt 5 times and before they become adults. So yeah, it's going to go through their life cycle.
Grasshopper population sizes vary year to year, but outbreaks like this only happen every 8 to 10 years. Mendoza says this increase could last a year or two. So for now, it might be time to stock up on mesh netting or metal covers to help protect vegetables, flowers, and other plants at home. You can see the grasshoppers start to scatter as I walk through this area, so while they might be a nuisance on your walk or run, they don't pose any health risk to you and they shouldn't stick to you for very long. In Chico, Chloe Curtis, Action News Now.
The Ag Commissioner says grasshoppers don't like tomatoes or squash, but any other fruits or vegetables in your garden are free range to them. And if they get desperate enough, they'll even eat through plastic or mesh covers. So do your best to protect your gardens. I know I have big plans this weekend to do that.